Welcome to M&M Vlogs.
Welcome back to M&M Vlogs. Today we're just gonna do a update on the garden, on the chickens. Let's see what we got. They're hiding from the sun. They're hot. Here's the rabbits. They're outside enjoying their time. Look at them. All sprawled out, eating carrots. Love. They love to just lay outside most of the time. Okay, so since the chickens are getting older, we have been giving them, it is a mess in here, so do not even pay attention to that. We still put them in at night just because they're not really supposed to go outside until they are 9 weeks, and these ones, most of them are only 3 weeks old. So, but here where we live, it's been getting 90 degrees, and I don't want to leave them cooped up in here where there's no air and then have literal fried chicken. So we put them out on the nice days. If we come and there's a cold or rainy or crappy day, we just won't put them out. But we've been trying, I've been sprinkling some of this on the ground when we put them out in the morning, and I put some in there before I put them up at night. I don't really put them up at night until after we water the garden, just so they're outside for pretty much the whole day where it's really hot. That way they're not suffocating. But really, I just take this scoop, and when they get older, you're supposed to give, whoa, and I spilled it. You're supposed to give 1 scoop per chicken. Now we have 8. This is not going to last long, but this is just something to get them used to pecking at the ground, because as you see, they don't, they peck at the ground, but there's really nothing that they're pecking at other than the ground. So I just take this and I sprinkle it, and they fly around like bansies. And then they'll start pecking at it once they find it. So it's just something good to get them used to. Sorry, it's blurry. It's focusing on the wire and not the chickens. It's just something good to get them used to using their beak and pecking at the ground instead of just walking around. So they'll start eating it. And it's quite funny. The other night, we were sitting here just watching them because I find it quite relaxing just to listen to them, which is weird, I know, but they will fight over the littlest thing. So like right now, you can't really see it, but there's a berry in there from that mix, and I'm waiting for one of them to pick it up, and they're gonna like play tag with it. They'll put it in their mouth and they'll run around. Oh, see, that yellow one was right by it. It didn't get it though. So we'll see. So I'm just gonna do a little time lapse of the chickens. So this little yellow one there that I'm poking. That's our runt. That one, as you can see, is like 2 times smaller than the rest. She or it is just as old as all the others. It is just growing at a way slower pace, which is kind of weird. And the others really don't pick on it as if it was the runt. If you guys didn't know, we do have 3 different types of chickens. Of course, the red one right in front of us is a Rhode Island Red. We started off with 3 of those and 3 barred rocks. 2 of the Rhode Island Reds died and 1 of the barred rocks died. And they're fighting for no reason at all. And then I went back and they gave me 6 more, just for out of courteous. So the yellow ones are amber lynx, and you can't really tell. Well, I guess you can, because 2 of the blackbirds have white on their feathers, and 2 of the other blackbirds don't. Those are Bantams. Sorry, I just had you in the wood. I will get better at this whole vlogging thing. But see how it has white on the feathers, and then you can see these 2 in the middle don't. So we have 3 Bantams, 3 amber lynx, 1 barred rock, and 1 Rhode Island Red. Now here's another fun fact. If these are all pullets, like the store said they were, each hen could lay up to each hen could lay up to 200 eggs a year. Pretty interesting, if you ask me. They won't start laying eggs until they go through their first molt. After their first molt is when they'll start laying eggs, which is typically, they probably have another month or so until they go through the molting process, which is pretty much where they lose their feathers and they become very ugly. So here's an update on the garden. On the peppers, we're starting to get flowers on them, which means the produce is going to be coming very soon. So that's exciting. And all the onions have doubled or probably tripled in size since the last time that we showed you. So that's new. The rabbit line is looking sad. Now let me tell you, it is looking very, very sad. I think that it's getting too much sun, so we may need to dig it up and transplant it elsewhere. Not the cabbage per se, but again, this is our first year growing lettuce. And, well, she looks sad. They look a little sad. And really, those are the only things that really are looking sad. I mean, look, the celery is looking even better. Now, all the dead yellow, that was because we didn't plant them fast enough. They were, we probably had them for a month, and they didn't get planted in the ground. And you think you need to walk in the garden, Bolt? Huh? Bolt! Stay out of my garden, you fool. So that's why those turned yellow, I think, because we didn't plant them soon enough. And that's all romaine lettuce that's looking sad, which is the same. So, fun fact, this one is growing more, and that's the one that we just cut from the store. We cut the bottom off, stuck it in water for a couple months, and now it's here. The cabbage isn't looking too bad, but by the end of the day, a 90-degree day, this stuff is ready for some water. Watermelons are growing. Okay, they're not growing, but the watermelon plants are growing so much. Look how big these are getting. Yes, I know there's still grass. We didn't get to do a second till on this part, so we're just gonna have to bear with the grass. I mean, once the watermelons start growing anyways, it's gonna vine out and probably take over this whole section, if not even take over the rabbit's row. So I'm not really too worried about the grass because watermelon likes to vine. It's gonna vine. So here's another one. These are getting so big. Here's some more. And there's a little baby one, which means there should be one somewhere in here. I'm not seeing it. Oh, I'm standing right by it. There's a little baby. Coming up, here's another watermelon. We're gonna have so many watermelons. There's another one. And there's a baby one. And where'd it go? Where's it at on the camera? Oh my goodness. There's the other one. So yeah, everything is starting to look good. We are still waiting for, oh, and here's the cantaloupe. They're starting to get even bigger. So we're still waiting this row for cucumbers to start popping up. Yeah, they kind of got a late start. Oh, look! There's a little one popping up right there, actually. Wow, I didn't even notice that. That's a little cucumber. It's either a cucumber or a green bean, and this is vice versa, either a green bean or a cucumber. This was Mariah's idea. Put a stake there, and it means this. Put an empty tag there, it means that. And then you know what? We're gonna go back to this in a week and say, wait, what did that white tag say? What did that mean? And what did that stick mean? And then we're just gonna have to wait until everything starts growing because we will forget what it was. So I'm gonna take you back and show you the apple trees that we planted. Let's check on them and see how they're doing. Okay, this might be a little shaky, but let's go back and see the apple trees. There are so much weeds back here and we need to get this stuff cleaned up. So the chickens, I'll show you the coop when we go back up front. They're only gonna be in that for a while. One, because 8 chickens in that small thing are just not going to work. So we had this old hog lane to. This whole property is ours. It's all fenced in. We had horses, we had sheep, we had goats. As you can see, it's all weeded. That is my next project. And most likely I will probably vlog this because this will be very interesting to clean this all out. We are gonna close in this side, close in that other side, put a run out here. And this is gonna be the chickens' big home, just because they are not going to be, they'll be too crammed when I show you the one up front. They'll be way too crammed in there. And honestly, I don't think 8 chickens could fit in that thing. I think it's recommended for 1 to 2 chickens. But since they're small and I'm just getting them transitioned to outside, they'll be fine. So here's apple tree number 1. Not too shabby. Need some water. Maybe we'll carry some water back here when we water the garden. Here's the other one. there's always a runt in everything, right? So here's the runt in our apple trees. A small baby. And here's another big one. And this weekend, hopefully nothing pops up to where we can't be home or something crazy. You know, something always pops up. But this whole pasture is going to get tilled. And it's going to get turned into a pumpkin patch. You heard that right. I'm going to grow pumpkins for the first time on a very large scale. Now, by no means am I going to be a huge pumpkin patch, no. But it'll just be something fun to take to the farmer's market in the fall when you start to sell mums. I take mums to the farmer's market, so it'll be fun to just add in something new this year. And see how we do, because honestly, we grew pumpkins one year and they were small, but really they didn't have room to grow. They were up here where the watermelon were. Come on, Bolt. So they really couldn't grow. I think they got suffocated. And then lastly, we'll go look at the pear tree. Bet you didn't know we had that. So Bolt is leading the way. I don't think she knows where I'm going, but I'm coming to our pear tree. Yes, this thing produces pears. Funny story. This tree has been hit by lightning. I know personally from living on this property for 10 years, it's been hit by lightning twice. And this thing still produces pears. Oh, there's Budweiser bottles in there. What the heck? Okay. But anyways, this is the new discovery. How long will this tree grow off of this pear tree? And this is another pear tree. I wonder, maybe we'll find out together. Can I come and somehow dig this off of here and plant it back by the apple trees and have another pear tree, or not? But yes, this is our pear tree. As you can see, nothing's happening with the leaves. There's a little flower. So yeah. Hey guys, so it is currently dark out. I just finished watering the garden by hand, and now I have the sprinkler going just to add some extra water. I'm going to show you all my chickens and how I bring them in for the night. So here they are outside. And I'm going to prop you guys up in here on top of their cage that's inside. So let's see if I can. So I got the first two. This is my runt. Here's a black one. Put them in the cage. Two more. Red and an amber link. Two more. Barred rock and a. Oh God, I just Bantam. I grabbed their food. Always shake it to try to get the shavings out. I bring it in here. Set it there. Oops, looks like we're gonna need more food soon. I get the black scooper. And this makes a mess, and I know. If anybody comments, they're going to say, oh my God, you're wasting so much food. Okay, but it literally falls right back down. And it lets them, gives them something to eat off the ground. So, take this, put it in, excuse me, watch out. And they start going to town. Little crazy chickens. So now we'll go get the water. And it's getting kind of dark, so I hope you'll be able to see this. Get the water, make sure it's clean, which it is because I just filled it up like 2 hours ago. Bring the water in. Put the water in. Lock it even though you don't really need to lock it. Okay, now let's not go out and lock it. So, there we go. Lock it. There they are. There's the rabbits getting ready to go to sleep. And we turn off the lights. Good night. And there they are. Yes, we still have a heat lamp on them. It could probably go off. Let's see what the weather's going to be like tonight. How hot, and we'll see if we're going to turn it off. So I just checked the weather. It's supposed to get down to 66, which to us is not cold, but they're supposed to stay in like 90 degrees until they're fully feathered, and they're not quite fully feathered yet. So they have this whole half the cage that they can get out of the heat lamp if they're hot. They don't have to lay under it. And then just that little sliver, literally, from this clip right here that I'm pointing at over, is all the heat lamp is hitting. Most of it is hitting the ground. So I've moved their cage over. That way, if they do get hot, they can get out of it. They have cold water. And they'll get put out tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when I go to work. So I've been putting them out during the day, just so they can get acclimated to being outside, because really we are putting them outside a lot earlier.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.